taking the legacy forward of Galaxy and Swasdee. पापा का नाम है, उसको आगे लेके जाना.
It was not easy. Biggest challenge for me was to speak Hindi.
मातृभाषा.
मातृभाषा.
Branding of any brand matters. Important है बहुत.
100%. आज की डेट पे ब्रांडिंग आई थिंक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ हो गया है.
पर्सनल सक्सेस स्टोरीज पर तो बहुत लोग बात करते हैं, बट बियॉन्ड द ब्लूप्रिंट्स इज डिफरेंट. वी टॉक अबाउट ब्रांड सक्सेस स्टोरीज. और आज मेरे साथ जुड़े हैं मिस्टर शीतल अग्रवाला. ही इज MD ऑफ गैलेक्सी ग्रुप एंड स्वादी. बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर आपका.
Thank you so much, Sonali ji, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Sheetal, first of all, taking the legacy forward of Galaxy and Swasdee, how it feels?
Oh, this is a tough question in the start. I like it. So basically, the legacy that my father, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Agrawalla, the foundation that he's given me, is so special, and I understand that I'm very privileged and lucky to have this foundation. Definitely moving forward, I want to carry this legacy and take this group to larger and bigger heights. So I'm really excited to do this, and luckily I have very good people around me. Everybody in the group are also very hardworking, and they're all following my dad's vision. So yeah.
So Sheetal, you said taking forward the legacy is very important and good for you. Starting the process, how it was for you? शुरुआत जब करी आपने इस इंडस्ट्री में, कितना मुश्किल रहा, कितना आसान रहा? पापा का नाम है, उसको आगे लेके जाना. It's not easy.
Yeah, definitely it was not easy. But since my childhood, I've seen my dad, how hard he's worked to build everything. And I think I was always inspired. और हमें हर टाइम घर पे भी वही बोला जाता है कि फर्स्ट ही आना है. अगर आप सेकंड आओगे तो आप फर्स्ट लूजर हो. ये सॉर्ट ऑफ मेंटालिटी हमारे घर पे था. एंड आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल फॉर दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ मेंटालिटी. आई थिंक दैट हैज शेप्ड मी टू बिकम दिस पर्सन टुडे. एंड बिकॉज माई डैड वाज आल्सो अ सेल्फ मेड मैन, I always really looked up to him, especially after, I think, finishing my high school in Thailand. When I went to university, I started to realize how hard my dad had struggled to give us everything that we have in life.
True.
From the best education in Bangkok, and even the opportunity to go abroad and study in the best universities as well. I'm truly honored and privileged to have this, and I really want to make the most of this. And coming to your question, whether it was easy or hard, I think, I don't know if many viewers would know this or not, but I should tell them, I was never actually brought up in India.
Okay.
My upbringing happened in Bangkok, in Thailand. That's where I did all my schooling. And then I went to the UK for my bachelor's and master's. And then finally I came back to India and joined my dad in the business of real estate. So I think that in itself was a big cultural shock for me.
Yeah.
Because Bangkok, the life was very different.
True.
And UK as well, the life was very different. So I think the biggest challenge for me was to speak Hindi.
Oh.
I wasn't really used to speaking Hindi.
मातृभाषा.
Matrabhasha. So I think firstly I did some classes in Hindi so I could speak to everybody in the office as well, because I realized that they wouldn't be as comfortable speaking English. So that was the start for me. And also I had no background in real estate.
Correct.
मैंने जो education किया हुआ है वो law में किया हुआ है, bachelor's.
Okay.
And then I did masters in global management at LSE, which is London School of Economics.
अच्छा.
So I had no previous background in real estate. So everything was very fresh for me, and I think that's the way I liked it as well. I thought that this was a challenge that, I would sort of thrive on. If anybody knows me closely, they know that I like challenges. I don't like anything given to me. So this was a very nice challenge that I had in front of me, and I think slowly, as I started working with my dad under his leadership, and he was mentoring me throughout, even if I made any mistakes or if I had any questions, I could just go to him and he would answer to me.
Yeah.
So then the journey started getting easier. But definitely in the start it was a little difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for that sort of, I think those difficulties helped to make me a stronger person, made me a more resilient person. And I think that's what was really important for me.
So how many years it has been you have been in India?
So I came back in 2017 after
2017.
graduating, and so it's been 7 years now.
So talking about your dad, आप लोगों की ideology same है? Or it's completely different? The way you smiled, I think.
No, I think at the core it's the same, because I've been basically very inspired by what he does. But I think with every generation gap, the way my dad does things is probably not the way that I do things.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we want the same thing. We want to conduct business in a very fair and ethical manner, and we believe in long-term success more than short-term success. So we are always looking at the long-term goals for the company.
Yeah.
And so the most important thing for us is definitely not the money. It's more about the respect and the ethics of doing business.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think branding of any brand matters? Important है बहुत.
100%. आज के डेट पे ब्रांडिंग आई थिंक सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ हो गया है, एंड स्पेशली हमारे रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री में काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट हो गया है. एंड ब्रांडिंग का भी हमारा जर्नी काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग रहा है गैलेक्सी में. हम जब शुरुआत किए थे, एंड आई थिंक दिस कम्स बैक टू योर क्वेश्चन, व्हाट माय डैड लाइक्स टू डू एंड व्हाट आई लाइक टू डू. आई हैव ऑलवेज बीन अ फर्म बिलीवर इन ब्रांडिंग, and probably the reason is because I've been brought up in a branding world.
Yeah.
I've been always influenced by a lot of advertising. You know, you look at the Nike, you look at Coca-Cola, you look at McDonald's. All of this, like, is what I've seen growing up, living especially in Bangkok.
Right.
And so my dad was not really keen on doing marketing in the start. He didn't really see the value of it. And slowly, I had to convince him that we have to do more marketing because it's the need of the hour for today. And why marketing is really important, it just, I think, builds the emotional connect with your consumers.
True.
So they are able to see what you are doing, what sort of plans you have in the future. So these things I think are very important. Plus, it's also very interesting marketing. A lot of people, even I still don't understand marketing, and I'm still learning.
True.
But I believe that it's the way forward for our business, for sure.
As you said, आप UK में रहे हैं, आप थाईलैंड में आपकी ब्रिंगिंग हुई है. टेक्नोलॉजी इज डिफरेंट एंड द वे टेक्नोलॉजी हैज इवॉल्व्ड, ब्रांडिंग पे इसका कितना असर हुआ है?
ऑब्वियसली ब्रांडिंग का तो असर हुआ है. टेक्नोलॉजी अगर मैं बात करूँ, सोशल मीडिया इतना तेज़ी से ग्रो कर रहा है, तो आई थिंक दैट्स ऑब्वियसली द बिगेस्ट थिंग. आई थिंक सोशल मीडिया हैज़ मेड एवरीबडी सो कनेक्टेड. So when everybody's so connected, it's so easy to, you know, pass on a message from a brand to any consumer. So I think that's the biggest change. And now with the sort of invention of AI, artificial intelligence, so many things can be done. Like I have somebody I know that who can personalize messages in anybody's voice. So I think that's a really cool thing. And if it's used properly, then I think, again, the way the marketing is going to be done is going to change.
Talking about Galaxy Blue Sapphire, here we have office spaces, commercials, cinemas. This different plan, who was behind this?
My dad.
That.
I mean, you see, he had a vision. He invested in Noida Extension. At that time, Noida Extension was developing. There was definitely a lot of potential. It's very well planned out. The infrastructure is great and everything. But this entire project was his idea, that he wanted to have, let's say, this much of retail. फिर उसके बाद office spaces भी है, as you mentioned. फिर obviously for entertainment purposes you need a multiplex, food court, hypermarket. We also have a banquet. We have studio apartments, hotel.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a very large development. In fact, this is a 2 million square feet development in terms of built-up area. Which makes it one of the biggest commercial malls in Noida Extension.
I think ये आपके डैड का आइडिया ज़रूर होगा, but the marketing of this brand has done so well कि people from Gurgaon, Delhi NCR, everyone knows about this mall.
Wow, that's amazing. Really happy to hear that.
You believe this? You know this ना? I think कि क्योंकि आप कहीं भी जाइए, गुड़गांव में भी जाइए, people know about US cinemas for now.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
आई थिंक उनने भी बहुत अच्छा मतलब एक कॉन्सेप्ट लाया है. मतलब I also have been to the multiplex couple of times, been to the recliner. So even I was involved in US cinemas in the sort of developing stage.
Okay.
So I also know quite a lot about the business. But I think it's a fantastic experience that they can give at a really nice price. I think good things definitely catch eyeballs. Eyeballs मतलब लोग definitely जानेंगे. अगर आप अच्छा काम करें तो लोग अपने आप जानेंगे. आपको कुछ ज़्यादा मार्केटिंग करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. एंड that's the reason why they're doing so well. बट हाँ बट एक चीज़ मैं ऐड करना चाहूँगा कि इवन दो ये डैड का आइडिया था, इसमें जो कंस्ट्रक्शन, इसमें जो डिज़ाइन, इसमें जो लीजिंग है, वो मैंने ही किया है.
अच्छा.
So definitely very proud of that fact because it was a large task at hand. But at the same time, it was an amazing opportunity that I couldn't miss out on. Yeah.
कंज्यूमर जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस हो रही हैं दिन पे दिन ये भी बदल रही हैं. मार्केट इज चेंजिंग, कंज्यूमर एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर आल्सो चेंजिंग. किस तरह से आप कम्युनिकेट करते हैं अपने पर्सनल क्लाइंट से? हाउ यू डील विद देम?
So initially, if I just come to the topic of consumer expectations, I felt throughout my time the expectations are increasing, which I feel is great. I think it's a great opportunity for every real estate brand to deliver the best. I think when the expectations are high, then we are driven and motivated to deliver the best that we can for our consumers, you know, in terms of the amenities, in terms of the services, in terms of the basics as well. So I think it's a fantastic thing that the consumer expectations are high. And in terms of communication to the consumers, initially we did not do much branding. मतलब बहुत ही कम branding करते थे. I guess it's expected of a brand in real estate. मतलब बहुत लोग कहते थे कि ये तो real estate मतलब real estate में marketing तो peanuts का cost होता है. तो I remember that. But before we used to just focus on word of mouth, and we were focused on constructing and delivering properties. So our main motto was just two things: on-time delivery and quality construction. Good perception, good people knew of us. Very few people knew of us, like people maybe who are based in Noida Extension or people who are sort of related to the property. So then slowly then we started to do more marketing, and then more people started to know of us. Like I think everybody knows of my dad in the business community because he's just so exceptional and he's so aggressive in his business sort of. So yeah.
Balance between legacy and innovation, especially for you, how is difficult?
I think it's difficult. I think legacy is the foundation. It's the blueprint of the business. So that never changes. That is how the business sort of evolved. And in fact, I went to this event, and Kumar Mangalam Birla sir was also sort of asked a very similar question, and he answered it beautifully. That you know, जो set processes है, set that will always remain, but the way of doing things will change. So coming to my business, I mean, legacy, the way that my dad does business will stay, but maybe the methods will change.
Yeah.
The methods will change because now when you have technology, you have to use it. Why do you have to use it? Because it will make things more efficient.
Yeah.
It will save you time.
It's a very competitive market.
So exactly, if it's a competitive market, you need to obviously stay ahead of your competitors.
Correct.
You know, so technology is a big way of doing that. If you can make your processes more streamlined, if you can make it more efficient, obviously every business, that's ultimately what a business wants to do, right? They want to cut down on their costs and increase revenues.
When we
And
talk
that's-
about competitive market, as you said, you have to also prepare. आपको हो चाहे आपकी टीम के लिए हो, how you prepare strategies, sustainability के लिए आप कह लीजिए, challenges को face करने के लिए, how you do that?
So basically हमारा मतलब बहुत ही strong research करते हैं. अगर हम कोई भी project को हम launch करते हैं,
Research.
हम पूरा एरिया को स्टडी करेंगे. हम देखेंगे कि यहाँ पर क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, क्या नीड है, यहाँ पर लोग का क्या मतलब एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, क्या प्रेफरेंसेस है. सो फॉर एनी प्रोजेक्ट देयर हैज़ टू बी अ लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च बिकॉज एनी प्रोजेक्ट वेदर मतलब हमारे जो भी काफ़ी प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, it requires a lot of capital, requires a lot of time.
Right.
So before we make a decision, we will study the project. We will, visit the site many times. We will ask the consultants in the industry. We'll ask our close friends what they think, and then ultimately, after looking all the financials and everything, we will come to a decision whether we want to go ahead with the project or not. And so it's a time-consuming process, and I think you cannot rush a decision.
Yeah.
And at the end, I also believe that there is this thing called a gut feel. And if there's a good gut feel, we go ahead with it. If not, then we don't do it.
जैसे कि शीतल आपने बोला टाइम कंज्यूमिंग प्रोसेस है ये। एक सिचुएशन दे रही हूँ, अगर कोई आपका जैसे आपका ब्रांड है, कभी सेल नहीं हुई 1 महीने तक, इट्स अ लॉन्ग पीरियड 1 मंथ, हाउ इट इम्पैक्ट्स यू पर्सनली एंड द ब्रांड टू?
जो बिजनेस होता है रियल एस्टेट में वो काफ़ी सीजनल होता है। तो जैसे मतलब अब अगर शराद का टाइम है तो सेल्स नहीं होते हैं
Yeah.
क्योंकि इट्स कंसिडर्ड इनऑस्पिशियस टू इन्वेस्ट।
Yeah.
तो ये चैलेंज को सॉर्ट ऑफ ओवरकम करने के लिए हम बहुत प्लानिंग करते हैं। हम प्लानिंग कैसे करते हैं कि हम देखते हैं कि हमें कितना पैसा, मतलब अगर मैं सिंपल टर्म से बोलूँ, कितना पैसा कब चाहिए,
ओके।
क्योंकि हमारा कंस्ट्रक्शन कभी रुकता ही नहीं है। हमारा कंस्ट्रक्शन बिकॉज हमें सब चीज़ को टाइमली डिलीवरी करना है, हम कंस्ट्रक्शन को कभी रोकते ही नहीं है। तो अगर लेट्स से कि सेल्स कभी भी डाउन हो रहा है तो फिर हमें उस हिसाब से मैनेज करना पड़ता है।
अच्छा, आपके फेवरेट और मोस्ट एम्बिशियस प्रोजेक्ट की अगर बात करूँ, कौन सा होगा वो?
ये आपने बहुत ही टफ क्वेश्चन पूछा है सोनाली जी। आई थिंक एवरी प्रोजेक्ट इज़ लाइक अ चाइल्ड, एवरी प्रोजेक्ट हैज़ अ स्पेशल प्लेस इन माई हार्ट। एंड मैं कोई एक प्रोजेक्ट को ऐसे नहीं कह सकता कि मेरा फेवरेट है, कि ये ज़्यादा एम्बिशियस है। आई थिंक सभी प्रोजेक्ट्स एम्बिशियस थे बिकॉज आई बिलीव दैट हमें हर प्रोजेक्ट का एक सॉर्ट ऑफ रेलिवेंस देखना पड़ेगा। उस टाइम जब प्रोजेक्ट को हमने लॉन्च किया तो सिचुएशन क्या था। तो अगर मैं बात करूं कि जब हमने दिल्ली में एंटर किया था, सबसे पहले हमने प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च किया था सवाडी 18, जो कि रोहिणी में सेक्टर 18 में है। इट्स अ बेसिकली LSC विच इज़ अ लोकल शॉपिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स।
अच्छा।
तो मुझे अभी भी याद है जब हम दिल्ली में एंट्री किए थे तो सब लोग बहुत खुश हुए थे, सब लोग बहुत ही एक्साइटेड थे ऑफिस में। और हमने बड़ा सा मलाई घेवर का केक, आई लव स्वीट्स,
अच्छा।
तो मुझे बहुत अच्छे से याद है मलाई घेवर का केक मंगवाया था ऑफिस में, सब ने काटा, सब खुश थे। सो दैट वाज द स्टार्ट ऑफ आवर एंट्री इनटू दिल्ली एंड सिंस देन वी नेवर लुक्ड बैक। उसके बाद फिर हमने इफ़ आई रिमेंबर करेक्टली हमने नॉवेल्टी सिनेमास जो है पुरानी दिल्ली में उसको एक्वायर किया। फिर उसके बाद हमने NSP नेताजी सुभाष पैलेस वाला एक्वायर किया जिसका नाम सवाडी NSP है। एंड देन हमने पश्चिम बिहार में भी एक कमर्शियल एक्वायर किया जो कि सवाडी जेम्स है। एंड देन फाइनली हमने अभी आई गेस सबसे जो हमारा लेटेस्ट प्रोजेक्ट है वो है लॉरेंस रोड में रेजिडेंशियल प्रोजेक्ट बाय द नेम ऑफ सवाडी हाइट्स। एंड दैट इज़ अ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट प्रोजेक्ट फॉर अस बिकॉज ये हमारा सबसे पहला रेजिडेंशियल प्रोजेक्ट है दिल्ली में।
अच्छा।
तो अगर आप मुझे स्पेसिफिकली कोई प्रोजेक्ट का पूछेंगे मैं आंसर कर पाऊंगा, लेकिन मेरे लिए कोई फेवरेट या एम्बिशियस नहीं है। सभी फेवरेट प्रोजेक्ट्स है और सभी एम्बिशियस है क्योंकि सब प्रोजेक्ट जब हमने इतना डिटेल में वर्किंग किया, जब इतना हमने डिस्कस किया तो एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट मतलब पार्ट है ऑफ द जर्नी ऑफ द ग्रुप।
अच्छा, मार्केटिंग कैंपेन की अगर बात करूं, कौन से एक मार्केटिंग कैंपेन जो आपके दिमाग में एकदम फिट बैठ गया हो कि ये बहुत बेहतर है, या आपका पर्सनल मार्केटिंग कैंपेन फॉर योर प्रोजेक्ट?
मैं पहले डेफिनेटली किसी और का भी बात करना चाहूँगा, फिर मैं खुद का भी बात करूँगा। आई थिंक growing up I used to love playing sports. I used to love playing basketball, cricket, tennis, and obviously I didn't used to play football a lot, but I would watch football जब वर्ल्ड कप आता था।
अच्छा।
सो जो कोका कोला के और पेप्सी के जो एड्स थे उसमें सभी फुटबॉल के जो सबसे मतलब द बिगेस्ट मेगा स्टार्स जब वो कोलैबोरेट होके जब ऐड आते थे तो दैट वुड जस्ट हैव अ ह्यूज लास्टिंग इम्प्रेशन। एंड इट विल बी लाइक वाओ. एंड बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स है, बट ये मेरे को बचपन से याद है कि कोका कोला और पेप्सी का एड, मतलब दे वर रियली मतलब amazing. And coming back to our group and myself, we, as I said, did not really do much marketing. We didn't really focus much on that. But recently, the group's thought has changed, and now we're focusing more on marketing. So our recent marketing campaigns, I hope the viewers have heard of it. हमने अभी 2 रेडियो जिंगल निकाले अलग अलग स्टेशन पे. एक था सवारी हाइट्स के लिए और एक था नोवेल्टी स्ट्रीट के लिए. वो मुझे लगा कि काफ़ी मतलब रेलिवेंट भी है और यूनिक भी है. और very fortunately people have given us very good response for it. So I think those are the most impactful campaigns for now. Yeah.
अच्छा, डू यू थिंक कि कोई स्टार फेस अगर जुड़ता है, सेलिब्रिटी फेस जुड़ता है अगर किसी मार्केटिंग में, वो इम्पैक्ट ज़्यादा करता है?
I mean, I think depends कि कौन सा प्रोडक्ट का बात करें हम. अगर हम रियल एस्टेट का बात करें तो डेफिनेटली आई थिंक जो पब्लिक है वो ज़्यादा रिलेट कर पाते हैं. तो आई थिंक वो एक इमोशनल कनेक्ट बन पाता है. बट आई डोंट थिंक इट्स नेसेसरी. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन brand to brand, what they are sort of looking for, how they want to portray themselves in the market, what sort of perception they want to create. But definitely, it can give a good sort of impression for the customers for sure.
शीतल, आई थिंक रियल एस्टेट में सालों में बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस आया है, बहुत चेंजेस आए हैं वक्त के साथ साथ. कोई एक ऐसी चीज़ जो आपको लगता है कि इसको मैं कंटिन्यू रखूँगा अपने ब्रांड के साथ, कि दिस शुड बी कंटिन्यू? Marketing could be changed, this could be changed, plans are different, strategies, but this should be.
सबसे आई थिंक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ जो हमारे लिए कि जो कस्टमर का फीडबैक आता है वो तो कंटिन्यू करना ही है. बिकॉज देयर इज अ सेइंग द कस्टमर इज किंग. एंड सो वी ट्राई टू मेक श्योर दैट if in any project we get any feedback, then we incorporate it in our future project. So customer feedback is very important. We try to take feedback from our customers with regards to what can be improved, what can be added, what can be changed, all these things. So that is definitely something that will stay. And also our commitments. So on-time delivery is the most important thing. Because I have realized that some people invest their whole sort of life savings into a property when they buy it. So it's very important for us to deliver on time and with the bestest of construction quality as well. So these are things that has to continue no matter what.
As you said, customer feedback. ये ट्रस्ट को मेंटेन करके रखना ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. और ये करना कैसे कर पाते, मतलब एक तरह से
बहुत टफ है. और आई थिंक ट्रस्ट को गेन करना बहुत ही मुश्किल होता है और ट्रस्ट को लूज़ करना तो बहुत ही आसान होता है. तो ये भी मतलब आई थिंक जो मैं सोचता हूँ कि एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी होना चाहिए बिटवीन आई गेस द ब्रांड एंड द कंज्यूमर. मतलब मैं खुद का ही बात कर रहा हूँ कि हम कोशिश करते हैं कि हम ट्रांसपेरेंटली सब कुछ बोलें और सब कुछ बताएं. अगर कोई भी इफ्स एंड बट्स से हम कस्टमर को इन्फॉर्म करें कि ऐसा है तो बाद में ना इश्यूज़ नहीं आते हैं. कि सब कुछ अगर पहले से ही क्लियर हो तो फिर बाद में कस्टमर को भी नहीं लगता है कि ये बात को नहीं बताया, ये बात को छुपाया. तो यही मेरा डिस्कशन होता है मेरी टीम के साथ कि कस्टमर्स को कोई भी है तो उनको प्रॉपर्ली गाइड करो क्योंकि ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ होता है. और एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी भी होना चाहिए. सी हम भी ह्यूमंस है, वी आर ह्यूमंस, सो गलतियाँ सबसे होती है. तो अगर गलती होगी तो उसको मान के करेक्ट मूव ऑन, राइट, यू नो, rather than trying to blame each other कि ये नहीं वो नहीं. So I believe that most people understand कि अगर आपने गलती मान लिया और आपने उसको रेक्टिफाई कर दिया, so it's we humans, robots तो नहीं कि गलतियाँ नहीं होंगे. एंड अगर इंटेंशन हमारा अच्छा है कि हमने जानबूझ के गलती नहीं किया, करेक्ट, then it's fine. So
कस्टमर्स भी समझते हैं फिर इस चीज को.
Yeah, customers are very smart and understanding people. So yeah, for sure.
अच्छा, टॉकिंग अबाउट ब्रांड मैसेजिंग, ब्रांडिंग करते हैं, मार्केटिंग होती है, ब्रांड का एक पर्टिकुलर मैसेज होता है जो चेंज नहीं होता है, उस मैसेज को लेके चलना, और हर वक्त आपका कैंपेन चेंज हो रहा है, मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज चेंज हो रही है, बट व्हाट यू आर थिंकिंग इज सेम. हाउ यू मेंटेन बोथ द थिंग्स?
द ब्रांड का जो लेट्स से कि जो विजन है या जो मिशन है, हमारा मिशन है क्रिएटिंग माइलस्टोन्स. तो हम लोग कुछ भी करेंगे तो हम एक माइलस्टोन क्रिएट कर रहे हैं.
राइट.
एंड हम लोग अगर कुछ भी करते हैं तो हम लोग वही मैसेज को सोच कर आगे बढ़ते हैं कि डज इट फॉलो आवर मैसेज. तो काफ़ी इजीली हमारा वो सिंक और ट्यून हो जाता है. आई हैव नेवर फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू मेंटेन दैट.
राइट. अच्छा, मॉडर्न रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री जो है उसको एक ऐसी चीज़ जो पास्ट रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री से लेके चलनी चाहिए. व्हाट यू लव अबाउट द अर्लियर डेज?
हाउ ओल्ड?
एनीथिंग यू वांट.
अच्छा, बिकॉज आई मीन I love to see, I think, old architecture.
Okay.
The craftsmanship and the beauty of their matlab, designs was incredible. I think we can definitely learn from that. And the way it's just been also, you know, the way it has, matlab, uska jo durability bhi hai, matlab, it's amazing to see. So I think personally we can improve our construction standards. We can focus more on our quality parameters to make sure that whatever product that we are creating and delivering, it should be as durable as possible. And that is one of the main things that my dad taught me initially, is कि कोई भी चीज़ करो तो durability अच्छा होना चाहिए, और जितना कम maintenance होगा उतना better है.
Right.
तो whenever I make any decision with regards to any construction material or any design, I make sure to see that it's durable and it's sustainable, because I think it's important to also care for our environment as well.
Correct. अच्छा, talking about 2024, कैसा रहा ये साल?
I think it's a fantastic year. Another year of learning. Another definitely very important year for the group as well. And I think the next year is even more important because we have 4 to 5 projects which will be operational. So that is very important for.
You'll name them?
Yeah, definitely. So हमारा एक project जो रोहिणी में है, Swasdee 18, that will be operational.
Okay.
Novelty Street in Chandni Chowk will be operational. Swasdee Center in Vasundhara will be operational. Swasdee JLG Galleria in Noida Sector 63 will be operational. And हमने metro stations भी लिए हैं, तो जैसे आज़ादपुर है, that will also be operational. And yeah, so these are very important. And I think if anybody has worked in real estate, they will realize that the most difficult part, at least at what I have seen, is the start of the project and the end of the project. So with the end coming, there will definitely be a lot of challenges, a lot of sleepless nights, but looking forward to it.
अच्छा, talking about branding and marketing, आपका personal कौन सा favorite है? Digital medium, which is your favorite style of marketing?
Again, I think favorite nahi, but I think because I also use a lot of social media, so I guess I've been more influenced maybe by I guess Facebook and like, you know, Instagram and all. But I think without the sort of physical sort of presence, doesn't add value. So you need to have a presence on both mediums, whether it's, you know, outdoor advertising as well, and also digital media. But definitely, if you talk about personally, you are making me choose, then I have to choose social media.
Social media. अच्छा, one more thing, जब आप एडवर्टीजमेंट देते हो या करते हो कोई भी एडवर्टीजमेंट, एक ऐसी चीज़ जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, you should never miss.
Again, very difficult to say ki one thing, but I think the message should be loud and clear. I think sometimes I'm a big believer in simplicity. So the message should be as simple as possible that, you know, anybody in the public can understand the message that what you're trying to convey. And you should also really have a clarity about who your target audience is. क्योंकि मतलब for us, for example, हम कोई भी property ला रहे हैं, हमारा एक लेट्स से प्राइस ब्रैकेट है, तो मतलब हमें भी मतलब वही देखना है कि जो हमारे टारगेट ऑडियंस है उनसे वो रिलेट हो पाए.
करेक्ट.
And when you have that clarity, the advertising is so much more impactful and so much more powerful. That's what I've realized. So, matlab, these are two things. That ek, the message should be very clear.
Correct.
I don't like to have very complicated ads. Simple is much better, because I have also realized that myself, having a very reduced attention span, people don't have that much time to read ads. So the simpler you make it, I think the more appreciative they are. And it should be loud and clear, you know, and it should, I think, add some knowledge or add some value to the consumer. So I think they also appreciate of that fact, and that creates a nice relationship between the brand and the consumer, which I think has to be developed going on with time.
The young generation like you जो रियल एस्टेट में आना चाहती है, क्योंकि पहले प्रोफेशन नहीं था, नाउ इट्स अ प्रोफेशन, पीपल आर डूइंग डिग्रीज इन दिस, उनको आप क्या एक एडवाइस देना चाहेंगे?
आई थिंक रियल एस्टेट में जो आना चाहता है, जस्ट यू नो, इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग फील्ड, इट्स अ वेरी डायनामिक फील्ड, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज. Again, the cliche thing, you should pursue your passion.
Yeah.
Because it's not straightforward, because so many things are changing all the time. People's preferences are changing. For example, हमने देखा था कि कोविड के बाद ऑफिस का डिमांड बहुत बढ़ गया. People are also preferring to buy bigger houses as well. So accordingly to that, you know, you have to be very flexible in your mindset, but at the same time you also have to take quick decisions.
Correct.
Especially in a management position. But I think it's a fantastic field.
Yeah.
I am truly appreciative of what I have learned in the last 7 years in this field, and this field has given me so much. So my advice to anybody who wants to join is just, you know, work hard, try to learn as much as possible, because there's so many different departments as well that you have to coordinate with.
It's not only a position you are handling, it's much more than that.
It's definitely much more than that, but it's so interesting, I think, because like even now when I go on vacations, I'm looking at how this building has been made or how this building has been designed, and trying to, you know, any little thing that I can add to the project.
Correct.
So for example, Blue Sapphire, I really wanted it to have the proper high street experience, जो होता है high street experience in Europe.
Yeah.
So even the flooring that we got done was random flooring, random pattern. मतलब जो size है 300 by 900, which is 1 feet by 3 feet. मैंने जो consultant है उनको बोला कि आप randomly बनाओ, तो एक high street का feeling आएगा. High street मतलब literally the street. And then फिर हमने sculptures भी add किए कि लोग, you know, देख सकते हैं, फोटो खींच सकते हैं. आजकल लोगों को definitely कोई भी जगह जाते हैं तो फोटो खींचते हैं.
Selfies.
So I think एक हमारा जो थोड़ा सा बहुत iconic हो गया कि हमने एक हाथ बनाया हुआ, उसमें एक डायमंड पकड़ा हुआ है, which is sort of symbolic of the Galaxy Blue Sapphire Plaza.
Yeah.
And then again the design is so contemporary. वो कोई बोलता है कि वो ऐसा वाला बिल्डिंग है and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है सुन के, and so you have to continue learning all the time, because the next person will do something different, and then you have to do better.
Yeah. Also, talking about your dad, the legacy you are taking forward, one thing you will tell about him that no one knows.
Good thing or bad thing?
Anything. Okay, one good, one bad.
I have nothing bad to say about him. I think I'm super lucky to have him as my dad.
Yeah.
But definitely I want to share some things that maybe people don't know about him. At least I think people don't know about him, because more than a dad, I consider him my boss in office. And I always told him that, you know, you have to be professional with me. You cannot be easy on me because I'm your son.
Yeah.
And he does
So
that.
this you have told him.
I have told him.
Yeah.
I think he's wonderful, because he appreciates what I bring to the table. But at the same time, if he thinks that I'm not doing something right, or if I'm not going in the right direction, he will be the first one to tell me. And I'm really, really happy to have that relationship with him, because I think constructive criticism is very important. And that's what I've been taught in my entire life. Ki you need to always evaluate the good and the bad. But some things ki, if he wants something, he will literally, I think he'll literally manifest it.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember there was this project. Nobody knew of it. Nobody knew of this project, and he somehow saw it. And he must have, I think, followed this project for a good 4-5 years, which I feel is crazy, matlab, because from where he's come, from a very small village with very limited opportunities, to suddenly going to Bangkok and the rest of the world, and creating a name for himself. He's still not satisfied, and he still has the most energy in the office. Sometimes we are like, we need a break. He works non-stop. Sometimes I wake up, let's say I wake up at 6:30. He sent me a message at 4 ki ye karna hai. I was like, great. So he's extremely passionate about whatever he does. He has a very, very good heart, which I think can be sort of detrimental for business. Because
You're getting emotional, I think.
of course, I mean, it's
Talking about dad.
yeah, and he has a very good heart. He always thinks about the good for others. Sometimes I think he doesn't think enough about himself. And I think anybody who knows him well knows how great of a man he is. And he's always put his family forward. Whether it's my grandmother, my grandfather, my chacha, and my mom, sister, everybody. So we're very lucky to have him in our life. But one thing that not a bad thing, but he doesn't like to socialize at all.
Okay.
He just loves to be at office, and if anybody wants to meet him, they can meet him at office. There's nowhere else that you can meet him.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Thailand.
Thailand's home. Thailand is where I think I was a small baby who grew up, and I miss Bangkok for sure. I try to visit as many times as possible, but it's a little difficult because there are a lot of responsibilities and work that has to be done in Delhi. But whenever I go, I have a very good time with my friends, meet up. I love Thai food. I don't know if you have had Thai food.
Yeah, I had.
Yeah?
But I don't like it.
I think you've not had the right Thai food.
Maybe. It's India, no?
Yeah. No, I mean, they have good places here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the authentic Thai food that you get, especially in the streets in Bangkok,
Yeah, that is different.
and some food courts as well, it's amazing. And I think some people have this perception that Thai food, you cannot get good vegetarian food. And I've always been a vegetarian all my life.
Ah.
And you get amazing Thai food, amazing Thai vegetarian food. They just substitute, let's say, the chicken with the tofu.
Okay.
So I love eating tofu. I love eating mushrooms. I love having spicy food. So yeah, and then the bad thing about Bangkok is the traffic and the weather. So I love the Delhi winters. I just love the Delhi winters. But unfortunately, Bangkok only has one weather: hot, hotter, hottest.
Oh God. India.
Yeah, India is an incredible country. I think it's so diverse. So many things are going on. I really want to travel and see more of India. I've seen some places, but I need to go to many more places.
Like?
Which place I've been or which place I want to go?
You want to?
I want to go to the south.
Okay,
I want to
south.
go to Kerala.
Kerala. It's very beautiful.
I've heard it's very beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to go to Nicobar. Snowfall.
Yeah.
थोड़ा ठंडा है अभी. अभी ज़्यादा ठंड भी नहीं चाहिए.
Yeah.
I think for me the ideal temperature is 0 to 5 degrees. उससे ज़्यादा ना फिर it becomes too difficult.
Yeah.
So
Mine is there.
नहीं अभी नहीं जा पाऊँगा. I can't. And other places that I want to visit,
What one thing you don't like about India? Or you would like to change, suggest? You can.
nahin. I think, see, every places has its good and bad. So I think India is perfect the way it is. I think the diverse food, diverse languages, diverse people is what makes India so special. And in fact, I had some friends visiting, and I'm so happy that they had a fantastic time in India.
Yeah.
They visited many places. They went to Agra, they went to Jaipur, and they were just, I don't know, they were, I think, taken aback from what India has. All the sort of sightseeing that can be done, all the food, everything, the music. They went in, they went to an Indian wedding for the first time.
Oh,
And I think there's nothing like Indian wedding.
true.
Just so much fun, so much food, so much dancing, meeting your friends, everything, family. So no place like India.
Mother.
Oh, mother. Oh, wow. My mom is like, I think, my best friend.
Okay.
She, I think, has sacrificed so much for me and my sister. Like, for my sister, she would like take her to every tuition class, and she has always pushed us. I was a very fussy eater when I was younger, so she would learn all the recipes, Mexican food, Italian food. So I guess I was a very spoiled child. I didn't enjoy Indian food back then, but now I need to have Indian food always. Matlab, I will have at least one Indian meal a day.
Yeah.
Even if I'm traveling, I need it. मतलब
अच्छा.
अब पता नहीं traveling
What's
के
favorite
बाद
Indian food?
दाल चावल
अच्छा, दाल चावल.
comfort food. But
Comfort
ऐसे तो एक तो मतलब this is like दाल चावल is like the staple कि मुझे दाल चावल दे दो, I'll be happy.
Correct. Hindi. That you have learned.
I mean, I hope the viewers think I can speak decent Hindi, but yeah, Hindi is. We used to speak Hindi at home, but like with my friends, we would only speak English. Even if they're my Indian friends, we would only speak English. So even their Hindi is not great. Yeah, so this is the sort of Indians outside of India.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add about my sister also. She's like my second mom.
Oh.
If anybody has an elder sister, I think they can relate to what I'm
True.
saying. So we were in university together.
Okay.
She's a doctor, extremely smart, extremely talented, and she literally taught me so many things in university. The basics, ki how do you dress up well, how do you groom yourself, and I was so scared if I went out and like my hair was not fine that I would get scolded, and even now she
मम्मी से शिकायत लगाती थी.
हाँ 100%. मेरी मॉम ज़्यादा चिल्ड है मेरी
अच्छा.
सिस्टर से, so yeah.
अच्छा, marriage.
Oh wow.
The biggest question.
Marriage, I think, is extremely important. It's companionship, finding the right partner, and having a good understanding.
When are you going to find out then?
Time will tell.
Okay, we are looking forward then.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Sheetal, for talking to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Sonali.
Thank you.